What's going on, my London Reacts fam? Today we're checking out something a bit different. We're going for I moved in with a black family. So I'm assuming this is a cookout that we're getting. We're gonna experience you know, how the black community get together and enjoy, you know, festivities or a family meal or something along those lines, hopefully. So yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued just by the title and this picture alone. So yeah, let's see what we got. Don't forget, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button, smashing a like on the video more importantly, and let me know in the comments, what do you guys want to see on the channel. Of course, I'm gonna keep going off at different tangents while I you know, explore the US culture and the differences. But let's go ahead and check it out, see what it's saying.
What's the significance of a cookout, and why is everyone trying to get invited to the cookout?
Okay.
If you feel like I'm out of place here, you are 100% correct. This is the day that a black family in Baltimore invited me to live with them and eat.
Okay, we're in Baltimore. Shout out Baltimore, man. I fuck with Baltimore. Baltimore is very much like the UK, aesthetically, architecturally, you know. I don't know. It's got a little pull to it.
Even attend their cookout.
Do you ever get tired of these?
No, but I'm excited and nervous. I think a lot of people watching this might be nervous.
Oh, is he known for going to cookouts?
I'm nervous about what people are going to think of, you know, of this video. There's a very clear dynamic here.
We should definitely unpack that.
How do I get invited to a cookout?
Hello!
Hi guys! You have actual bags, luggage. You're really staying with us, huh?
I am.
How you doing?
Thank you so much for having us.
Welcome.
W family.
I know I said 24 hours, but I actually meant 72 hours. So.
Right. Well, we're kicking you out in 24, so you have to figure out the rest.
Are you guys cooking breakfast?
Yeah, man.
Why am I intruding on this family's life? You'll find out in a moment. Right now, my goal is to learn as much as possible about black culture. So
Even the inside of the house kind of gives me a UK house vibe, you know. It's quite compact, quite small, quite like what I know.
I'm going to immerse myself, and that includes picking up house duties like cooking breakfast.
What is that?
Perfect.
Chicken for breakfast.
Spread, it'll close and rise.
Okay, waffles. Chicken and waffles, okay.
How you doing? You know how to cook?
Yeah, we want to help out.
I don't be having no chicken for breakfast over here.
Yeah, we're trying to help a lot.
Glad I could cook breakfast. I'm curious, what made you want to, you know, do this?
We wanted the kids to experience this, just let them see a white person being willing to come into black culture and try to understand.
You might be wondering, why am I doing this video? Well,
Yeah,
this
please.
is episode 4 of my series where I'm living with 10 families around the US to learn what it means to be American. So far, I've experienced Mardi Gras in New Orleans, learned the spirit of aloha in Hawaii, attended my first quinceañera in Miami, and
Okay.
living with each family has been eye-opening. But none have made me more nervous than this episode.
You guys need to drop a comment. Let me know what other video I should check out. Whichever ones he done. I've never actually heard of a Mardi Gras until I watched Wu-Tang, and they mentioned Mardi Gras as well. So what's a Mardi Gras? Maybe I need to check out a video on that.
This was like a particularly hard one to actually like find a family.
Oh, really?
And we kind of encountered that in New Orleans. I think just the dynamic of a white person entering a black family or black culture and wanting to like learn about it has its stigmas.
There is a bit of hesitancy because, you know, we want to represent for black people. I just hope we can represent our people well.
It's a heavy weight to carry, like representing all of blackness, but you don't have to do all of that. My experience in blackness is valid,
Oh, yeah.
but it doesn't have to be the only one.
Exactly.
We're not a monolith. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We are not holding back today, and I have a lot of questions in my mind that I have to figure out how to ask.
Ooh, it smells so good.
Oh, boy. I hope it's
Oh, y'all. Look at that. Rocky, that's your first waffle that you made in the house. Look at that.
A little bit light for me. I like mine a bit darker than that.
Two pieces, you put it right in the middle.
One thing that I want to put out there is I want to give you permission to call me out, correct me, like, oh, Markian, that is so wrong, or like, okay, you don't ask it this way, or, you know, you have permission to do that.
Dear Lord, thank you for this food that's prepared for the nourishment of our body. In Jesus Christ we pray. Amen.
Amen. You just gonna keep it simple, huh?
I ain't gonna lie, it's always a bit weird. Not weird, that's not the right way to phrase it, but it always seems quite peculiar from an English perspective, seeing people eat chicken and waffles for breakfast. Me personally, I don't like dry stuff anyway, so that wouldn't go down well for me. But just in general, you know, having I don't know, having fried chicken for breakfast is just it's a bit different. I remember when I was out in New York, I tried to have it, and I mean, obviously they're edible. It's edible, it's fine, but it just felt weird, you know. I say that, but then I will also throw the caveat and say, obviously I'm Jamaican at the same time, so if I'm having like there's other things that you might look at and be like, that's a weird breakfast, but I'm like, this is normal. This is what I've grown up with, like ackee and saltfish and dumplings. You know, that's quite a hearty meal, but we'd have it, you know. So, or from my Guyanese side, maybe it would be pepper pot and some hardo bread or something. You know what I mean? So,
All right, dig in, folks.
Can't wait to eat this chicken and waffles right here. Oh my god, so good.
So you say you're not into hip hop.
I don't listen to it frequently.
So this game is called University of Dope.
Okay.
And it is a hip hop game. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna read the first one. Choose a player to do the running man for 10 seconds.
what's the running
You
man?
look confused, I gotta call on you.
I'm actually an athlete. I did track and field, so the running man is he. I don't know if this is right. Are you ready?
Turn sideways.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is that it?
There you go.
I like this one. Going clockwise, start a rhyme, and each player must add a line to it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Look, good food, all on my plate.
I'm eating up. That mean I ate.
It looks so good that I ate.
Okay. You can't use my
I would
word.
eat like this on a date.
Okay.
If I eat like this, I'ma gain weight.
Okay.
Do what you want, but don't hate.
Okay.
I think this moment is just fate.
Okay.
Hip-hop,
Okay,
you know,
okay.
it was kind of like the inner city, the form of expression. You know, it spawned out of all the struggle and the kids on the corner just trying to find something to do.
I think that leads into appropriation too. You know, hip hop originated with black people, as did jazz music. It has been used by so many other cultures. I think it becomes a problem though when we aren't given credit for it. You had a lot of TikTokers who were getting these dances from black people.
Renegade, that was like a huge one.
Yes.
Everybody was
no,
doing it.
No one knew the black creator.
When I think of Renegade, I'm thinking Charlie D'Amelio.
Right, exactly.
That's right, and that's not where it came from. White people will prosper when they take over the things that originated with us, and we get nothing from it.
What shocks me the most is how oblivious I am to these forms of appropriation. I go through life without a single thought of pop culture being stolen from someone. So is the difference between appreciation and appropriation the credit?
You know, of course, yeah, definitely the credit, but also just to see something that, you know, maybe was here in our community. Somebody else takes it, they get the biggest spotlight, the biggest platform, the biggest, you know, profits. And it's just like, why can't that be here? Why can't, you know, people here get that kind of opportunity?
I didn't expect this breakfast to start with me doing the running man and end with cultural appropriation. I feel like these sharp turns are gonna happen a lot today. We're having a cookout, is that right?
That is right. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it.
We're going to be
Yeah.
cooking out.
Food, family, friends, dancing,
Okay.
hopefully we'll see.
I experienced my first cookout.
Okay.
I drop a comment when I come to the States. Who's got me? Who's got me for the cookout? Where's the best place to go in the States if I want to experience a proper cookout?
And I think we're going to like a festival right now?
Yes, we're going to AFRAM, African American Festival in downtown Baltimore.
Okay,
So this
okay.
is something that happens yearly, and we'll see a lot of black vendors selling black owned products. So I can't wait to show you guys.
Okay.
As we were
okay.
walking to one of the largest African American festivals, Nikki shared how she doesn't identify with African American.
We're
Okay.
considered African Americans, but there's a disconnect between black people in America and Africa.
You wouldn't maybe go with the term African American, you go more with like black American.
We call ourselves black.
And it's not out of like a lack of wanting that have that culture. It was just that it was taken.
was taken.
stolen.
It was stolen from us. That is what it is, yes.
We arrived to AFRAM and
That's an interesting one. It's an interesting topic. I completely understand it, to be honest. They don't like the label of African because they don't feel the connection. And I guess African American is the only place I can think of where they actually refer to as African in the name, you know? Whereas if it's over here, for example, if you're black and you're from England, you're referred to as Black British. So I guess Black American would make more sense, you know? So it's an interesting one. But obviously over here it's quite the flip, you know. A lot of people with colour, they are proud and very, very much feel a connection to Africa, even though they've never been there. You know, even me, you know, my family's Jamaican, Guyanese, never been Africa, but I still feel African, you know. I still know my heritage at the same time, you know. I've done my ancestry. I'm basically Ghanaian, if you're talking technicalities. So it's an interesting one.
I was sticking out like a sore thumb.
Do you feel like you're on display because you're at this black event with all these black people here and you're one of the few white people here?
I feel self-conscious.
Yeah.
In my mind the whole time I'm like, oh, people are thinking, what's this guy doing here? Or so I'm like holding on to her.
And it's funny because that's
It's
our
like us
experience so many times.
in
We're
normal
you,
life.
a lot of times the only black person in spaces.
That is so true. Like, bro, if I tell you the amount of places that you're like that, it's like that in general, you know? Like, if I talk my office, for example, I'm the only one in my office, which is crazy. Not the only one, but on a given day, I'm a handful of people, you know? Being based in central London is crazy. It just depends where you are, though, you know? Like, if I go to South London, my home area, you know, he'd be sticking out like a sore thumb. So it's crazy.
It's a really busy and cool festival. People are out, people are happy.
I'd love to go to one of these, can't lie.
We got some little lemonades here.
Bit of sunscreen.
You think I need sunscreen?
I know you need sunscreen.
You think I need sunscreen?
I know you need sunscreen.
Ooh.
And your neck, that's when you be burning.
We might put Marky on the grill later at the cookout. We're gonna see how he does with that.
Okay.
He told us he's not a cook, but maybe he can grill.
Oh.
Yeah?
I'm down for a challenge.
Okay.
Add some seasoning, you know?
Yeah. Gotta get the seasoning. Do not forget the seasoning.
Oh yeah, please,
Yes.
Marky.
Always.
Before we went back home to prepare for the cookout,
I've got a question for you guys, for you Americans. Do you guys be washing your meat? Pause. Do you wash the meat that you cook? You know? Do you guys wash it in the sink? You know, a bit of lemon, bit of lime, bit of vinegar, or however? Or do you guys just cook it straight? I'm just curious.
Nikki wanted to enlighten me with more cultural goodness. So I think we've arrived to Ya Day, which is a black-owned business for what, like?
Natural hair and skincare solutions.
Okay.
Pinky, is that a whole bucket of shea butter behind you? Shea butter. Ooh.
You were excited to bring us to like a black-owned business. Why is it important to shop at black-owned businesses?
We're striving for equality on all fronts, making sure there is representation in all spaces. There needs to be support. You know, you have the black businesses, but if they don't get support, then the black businesses die out.
Thank you so much.
As we were waiting for the Uber to arrive, Nikki shared some vulnerable feelings around what racism looks like today.
A lot of white people say, why are you still dwelling on racism? We are beyond slavery. Barack Obama was president. I've had people say this to me a lot. We want to just live our happy black lives, right? Just like everybody else. But we're walking along living our life, boom, hit with racism.
For me, it was really like 2020 when I kind of like got a lot more context on the situation. Before I was like, oh, it's not my problem.
Boy, Black Lives Matter. I don't know if they done a lot more harm than good or what, because I know they got some very bad stigma around them. But yeah, it's one of them ones. It's just, it's like they're saying, isn't it? A lot better doesn't mean it's better. You know, it doesn't mean that it's good. That's how I would put it down to, especially in society. I'd say it's like an undertone now. Maybe it's not so in your face so much, you know, it still can be at certain times and in certain places, but it's like an undertone, you know. I don't know, it's hard to explain.
I'm not from this country, you guys deal with it, but you know,
I've definitely
being a
experienced
white
it.
person, even if you're not American, if you're here, you experience white privilege.
We went to a beach recently, and it was a beach just really off the beaten path.
The area we passed through was like already like a historically racist area because they were like KKK members just like back in the day just in there.
Leading up to the beach, we're getting closer, and Nadia's like, listen, let's just all act very nice when we get there. We already know we're gonna be viewed as a threat. Even though we're a happy family, we're a happy, nice family.
Right.
And Nadia is only 11, and she already knows this.
It's like really simple to just like be okay with other people. Why can't it just be like that all the time, you know?
Yeah.
This is heartbreaking to recognize, but I was hearing an 11-year-old talk about racism as an everyday thing. I feel like I've been blinded from it my whole life, and that's a privilege that people of color don't have. I was very grateful for these vulnerable conversations, and I have no idea what it's gonna be like at the cookout today. back home.
It's gonna be homely. It's
Started
gonna be
arriving at 6, so we
welcoming.
got an hour to set up tables and plates and sodas and stuff like that.
What are we making for the cookout?
Well, Trey and Markion's gonna be on the grill.
Okay.
Let's go.
What's on the grill?
All right, let's do it.
What's on the grill? Let me know.
Salad.
I love it. I do salad.
All right, yeah. Okay, cool.
We were getting this barbecue ready for a good time when Nikki opened my mind to a stereotype I wouldn't have brought up.
We want to have a watermelon talk with you guys.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
It's hard for black people to eat watermelon in front of white people, to be honest, okay? Because there's such a negative stigma with us and watermelon.
Is that such a big thing over there? I don't know. I'm gonna eat my watermelon. If I'm getting a meal deal and I got a sandwich and some crisp, that snack pot's gonna be some watermelon or some pineapple. You guys, I don't know. I've never felt weird to eat pineapple. I know there's stigmas. There's like pineapple, there's pineapple, watermelon, there's bananas, there's chicken. You know, those are your standard. You've seen eating that. It's like, yeah, of course you are. You know, but I wouldn't say it's ever felt like, I don't want to eat this piece of watermelon in public, or I don't want to eat this chicken in public. I'm eating that chicken with my hands. You know, that's standard. I'm eating that shit off the bone. Like, there's nothing left. Like, that's just standard.
Oh, after, slaves were freed, black people at that time picked up watermelon as a crop and started businesses selling watermelon. But, obviously, former slave owners, they came up with a whole storyline. The watermelon selling and eating now became a symbol of, look at the lazy black people.
Going back to minstrel shows, right? Blackface minstrel shows. They would show us eating watermelon, looking lazy, eating with our hands, getting all messy. And because of that, a lot of black people feel very uncomfortable eating watermelon. So it was a way to kill black business back then.
I didn't know that.
Be yourself, man. Eat what you want to eat.
I mean, it sucks that even to this day, like you say, it feels uncomfortable to eat watermelon in front of white people.
I personally ate it. I never do it.
You won't do it?
I won't do it.
Right, you won't either.
Because it feels like you're falling into the
Serious.
trap.
You guys feel like that? Let me know in the comments. Is that something that resonates with you? I'm not gonna lie. There's nothing that I won't eat in any situation. Obviously, I'm talking like outside of hygienically. Like if it's a messy bit of food and I'm in a decent place or setting, I'm not gonna be going mad. But I wouldn't say there's a food that I won't eat because people are gonna look at me a certain way and think, and use racism. I don't know.
Where now every stereotype about you is true, and that's dangerous. Because then if every stereotype about me and my black body is true, my black body is now in danger.
Are there any other stereotypes that you want to debunk or that are worth? I'm sure there's a bunch, but
Just black fathers in this country, right? Black fathers aren't around, black fathers, just aren't present. And our goal is to show the opposite of that.
what's your favorite thing for both of you to do together?
To review shoes, but specifically when they're mine.
What's so special about reviewing shoes with your dad?
The love for shoes that I have is something that I adopted from him, so like we can kind of share that when we review.
W
the shoes
dad.
that we have,
If you had to review this shoe right here, what would that look like?
This is the Yeezy Foam Runner.
I think this is the crop killer, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about it, Nigel? What's your rating on this shoe?
Like a 8.
I'd probably say a 6 just on looks alone. It's not attractive to look at. It's unique. Cool. Crocs are comfortable, but they just don't look great to me.
You're a hater.
Like and subscribe.
I'm with Pops. I'll get it at 6 maybe. I'll get it at 6. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not really gonna say too much about the whole dad thing because I don't really know the stats and stuff. I'm pretty sure the numbers would speak for themselves, and I'm pretty sure there is probably a little bit of truth in it. But again, it's also to do with context. The situations that people of color have to experience outside of, if you didn't have that color, in terms of going to jail, in terms of harassment, in terms of less opportunities, in terms of, a bit more independence needed, a bit less community, a bit less, family stability, all these things. So I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of caveats, so I'm not going to give too much opinion on that. But I think it's pretty similar. I'm sure the numbers would be similar over in the States and here.
On their main channel, Loose Seeds.
So we got double burgers on the grill.
Okay.
Cookout's about to get started. I think some of the ads are here too.
Eunice. Tijuana, that's what they call it, right?
Although it looks like I'm comfortably meeting all these new family members, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't on edge. I was hyper aware and self-conscious of being the only white person, filming everyone, and wondering if the aunties were suspicious of me.
All the aunties in the crib.
Hey.
Oh, mommy.
You're supposed to be on the grill. What's going on?
I know, Mark Yard.
Yeah.
All right, my duty has been called.
Oh, nice garden.
Wow.
As you can see, I just grilled these burgers right here, and they're looking pretty good.
You are killing it, man.
Typical white man. I'm joking. Don't come for me.
Yeah,
I'm so scared. Okay, all right, here we go.
it won't get you.
I just done a grill the other day myself.
Oh, they look so
This
good.
grill puts mine to shame, bro. This is a big boy grill.
It's looking good.
That's a grill. That's a grill time.
I'm so excited to eat this.
Okay.
I'm sure it's really good still. I can't say I contributed too much to the cookout, but I will be contributing to eating these delicious burgers, hot dogs, and the famous potato salad.
Okay.
Salad's really good.
Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you.
Wow.
I'm glad to hear you say that because I was so hurt that it wasn't like it usually is.
He's never had potato salad, so this is great. This is the barometer.
You never had potato salad?
I made it all by myself.
You didn't make this burger. That's why it tastes so good.
Wow. That was a little unnecessary.
I'm teasing.
Y'all are such a cute couple.
All right. Ta-da. My dad.
They talk about they're a cute couple. Don't kill me.
That's where I get it from.
When I heard that this was going to be part of the plan for today, I got excited, but I also felt a little guilty in a sense. What Afome was kind of communicating with me is this is usually like a safe space, and you have that feeling of like cookouts are meant to be, you know, with your community, and it's not like everyone come in here kind of.
I have never felt that. We have white friends and people of all different races, and we invite them, so they might feel uncomfortable because it's gonna be majority black.
You just feel more comfortable like being around people that are like you, you know.
After more conversation gems and a belly full of food, I was starting to feel.
I feel like that's only the case because you don't also feel welcomed in the same sense. I don't know, this is only my experience, you know, like I feel like when I have like a monthly event with my family and we invite people around, you know, people of all colour, like it's a completely warm and welcoming environment, you know, there's no stigma, there's no sort of need to be on edge, like, you get me, like everybody's being themselves. There might be someone in the kitchen smoking weed, you know what I mean, like everybody's just chill, like it's calm. But then I feel like on the flip side, if I go to like an event and it's like majority white, or, you know, it's very rare that I feel that same sense of inclusion or that same sense of complete welcomeness, if you know what I mean. Like this, it can still feel quite divided, or I don't know, unsettling.
A part of the family.
It's a bit hard to explain, but not all experiences.
My guards were down and they had permission to show me their ways. What's the significance of a cookout, and why is everyone trying to get invited to the cookout?
You know, it's
We
gonna
knew
be
how
some
to
good
throw down.
conversation and some line dancing.
Oh, Mark-Ann, do you know any line dance?
Line dancing.
Mark-Ann doesn't know a single line dance.
Happy to learn. I'm down to learn.
Are you guys wanna go and try this dance?
Yes, have her explain to you why line dancing is important.
It's a lot of fun. I might go the wrong way sometime, but I love it.
So Baltimore down south.
Back and forth.
Oh, candy.
Back.
Is that what you call line? Hold on, what? The candy dance, is that line dancing? Does that count as line dancing? I feel like that's just a staple. That's just a staple growing up. You know, you probably learned that at the age of 4.
Nadia, hold the camera, let me help him.
Can I just take a moment to appreciate this crazy moment right now? I'm at my first cookout
How's he never
in
done the candy?
Baltimore with a family I just met today, learning the electric slide.
Oh, electric slide, is that what you call it?
I finally learned the electric slide, finally!
Okay, do it by yourself now, Mark-Ann. Back, and it,
Oh, bro, looking stiff.
Also part of the tradition of the black cookout is leaving with to-go plates.
Now that's standard. And if you ain't got plates, don't worry. I brought my own containers. That's standard. I brought my own Tupperware. Oh yeah, that's normal though. If you don't arrive with containers, then you weren't prepared.
So the aunties just left, but we're gonna see them tomorrow at church. Sounds like I've been to church.
Never been to church?
No, I heard a lot of things about black church, so I'm curious to see how different it is. Since I had the extended family gathered, I wanted to get to the root of what it means to be Black American. I have a question for the younger generation too. What's the best thing about Black culture to you?
Do we need to like raise our hands?
Yes. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, what comes up for you?
I think when you're somewhere where you're kind of like feeling alone, it's really nice to be able to find those people who you will just have that instant connection with.
That sense of like belonging or like community.
But if I'm in a conference and I see a brown face across the room, it's like
Hey, I thought that was just over here. Like it's so funny. I don't know why it happens or why it's like that, but it's not. It's just anywhere that you go. If I go to a corporate office or if I'm walking down the street and I see a black brother, you know, you just give that little subtle head nod. You know, you little passing greeting. Even if you're in like a corporate place, I don't know. There's just like a little something there. It feels like a little. You know, I acknowledge what you're going through. I acknowledge what I be going through. You know, keep it kosher. But yeah, that's funny. But I wanted to give my take. What do I think the best thing about Black culture is? It's a hard one to answer. You know, I don't think there's something that you can say this is the best thing about it or this is the worst thing about it. Maybe the worst thing would probably be some of the experiences that you're set up to experience. But I don't know. I'd say the best thing is. I'd probably say the best thing is it's the way that you were supposed to experience life. And that's just how it is, you know. I don't think that there's... I don't know. I think there's a sense of community with whatever race that you're in or whatever background that you have or whoever you surround yourself with. So I wouldn't say that that's down to your race. I would just say, yeah, it's just the fact that you are blessed to be the way that you are and to have others around you that are also similar.
The head nod, and it's like, okay, I see you, you see me. When we get closer together, then it's
a little dap up.
What's good, bro?
I also like, you know, the comfort to like know that like every black person like knows what black people are going through, so that's kind of like comfortable to talk about.
That's what I was
saying. I feel like this is such like a sob story, like, oh, like I grew up going to PWIs and now I don't know what being
predominantly
black
white institution.
Said you act white. I was like, oh, that's a good thing. That means I'm like not, you know, like ratchet or whatever, you know, like I'm.
So that happened. I mean, I have two experiences of it. Obviously, I'm from South London, so high school was predominantly black for me. You know, it was mainly African Caribbean school. I think there was maybe like 5 white people in my year group. So I had that experience. It felt school was the best time of my life. I can't lie. So that was a really good, warm community feeling experience. And then when I left there and I went to sixth form, which you guys would call college, I only did a year there, to be fair. I didn't get the grades I wanted, so I dropped out. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. When I went to college, I went outside of my borough. So I'm from South London, Lewisham, to be precise. And then on the border of Lewisham, you've got Bromley, which is like the white area. So when I went to sixth form college, I went out of my borough and I went to the white area. So it flipped, and I was like one of 5 black people in my year. So I got to experience a completely different experience. And let's just say, I feel like you're subjected to certain stereotypes off the rip, you know, like they automatically thought just because of where I was from, I'm a certain type of character, or, you know, just because I'm black, I can fight, you know, these sort of things, or because I'm black, I'm good at sports. Now, a lot of them were probably true, but it wasn't based off of the assumption, you know, it should just be based off of the facts, you know, whereas a lot of it also wasn't true, you know, like, you know, you're not smart, or, I don't know, you're someone that just likes to cause trouble and things like that. So, yeah, I say that to say I've experienced both sides, and there's definitely a difference, definitely interesting.
Better than other black people. And over time, I think I realized that was just a lot of internalized racism and self-hatred.
And I know, Marky, and you said talk about some positive stuff, but we talk so much about this deep stuff because we want the world to understand, you know, and it's like we're not heard enough.
Yeah, of course. Nothing can change until we realize the reality.
There's a lot of anger. You know, you can talk about positive stuff, but the negative gonna come back. Good part is that black people, with all the stuff that they've gone through, we stand. You know, we withstand.
I felt grateful to hear these powerful messages, feelings that are probably obvious in their community but new to mine, as I haven't been around many black people this intimately. As much as there is pain in their community, there is a lot to celebrate and be proud of in black culture. And I don't have to tell you about it because Uncle Mark launched an impromptu family concert out of nowhere.
Take us back. Come on, Trey. Trey.
We got Uncle Mark here, who's the instigator.
We're very uncomfortable. So you're having my baby. There you go. There's nothing more precious
Okay.
than to raise a family.
He on the road now. He on the road.
Oh, and it wasn't just Trey who was singing. Everyone pulled out their special talent and shared this amazing bonding experience.
You give me your smile, then I'm wrapped up in your magic. I'm crossing you.
You guys got so much confidence. It's crazy.
Hey.
After a heartwarming family concert, we wrapped the night around the campfire.
Here's to Juneteenth.
What's Juneteenth?
June 19th, 1865, these troops rolled into Galveston, Texas to tell the last remaining slaves that they were free.
I think we're saying our goodbyes now and heading to sleep soon. It's 1:24 a.m. It's been an amazing first day. We still have church tomorrow.
That's how the Cookout do.
Today has been one of the most special family visits I've experienced. I came in very nervous, unsure of how we'd cover a lot of sensitive topics, asking myself, should I ask them right away or let them bring it up on their own? I was very self-conscious the whole day about being a white guy entering a black space and filming it. But as I headed to bed, I reflected on how much fun we had today, how loving Nikki's family is, how strong these people are to endure a history of racism that's still present today, and how much there is to appreciate in black culture. I've never attended a church ceremony, so I'm curious to see what Nikki's church is like.
Ready for church?
Okay, here we go.
Your first black church experience.
I'm gonna compare it to my one. To my one over here in South. Yeah, this is it. This is the same. This looks very similar.
Father, we thank you today for allowing us this opportunity to come into your presence.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I know I've seen you guys as mega churches, so I know we don't compare. But the church that I went to, that shit have like 500 people in there. No lie. You know, it's a full scale production. If you're ever wondering, it's Tab London.
We thank you for first and foremost being our Father.
To you, all angels, all the powers of heaven.
Cherubims and seraphims, singing endless praise. We have not loved our neighbors as ourselves.
We are true.
Oh, he ain't the only one.
And we humbly repent.
Amen.
It's very mixed.
Make sure you hug somebody's neck before you go.
All right, that's it.
Experience.
Thank you, like, man. Good to see you.
How you doing, sir? That's up. Rock Jones.
And what's your name?
World Johnson.
I love your style. You're making so many friends here.
Oh yeah, everybody's so friendly.
Yeah, everyone's so friendly.
Okay, Larry, nice to meet you.
Thanks for having us.
See y'all. I'm going. It was nice knowing y'all. Please come back again.
That's the end of our 24-hour
It's very
challenge.
warming.
Let us know which family we should stay with next, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Nah, this was very, very warming. I like this. I ain't gonna lie. He's getting a subscribe from me. This is very nice. If you're watching this, Markian, and you ever want to come to London and experience a black family, you know, you can do a cookout, whatever you want. Hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up on DMs, or even just comment. I'll see it. But yeah, this was cool. Let me know you guys' thoughts, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.